Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, for this video, we're going to discuss parallel lines and planes, and we're only going to talk about questions 1 through 5. So let's go ahead and jump on in. Number 1 says, name a plane parallel to plane WXT. Alright, well first, to figure that out, we want to trace those letters out, figure out which face that is. WXT. Which, technically speaking, is this entire plane right here, okay? So that's the front. The part of this diagram, or this prism, that is this three-dimensional figure, the part of this three-dimensional figure that is parallel with the front is the back. So the back is right here. So those two planes are parallel. Now we just need to figure out what those letters are. So there's a bunch of different ways we can write this. We can say plane VUY, okay? Somebody else may name it plane UYZ. Another person may name it as plane YZV, and so forth. Any combination of those four letters, V, U, Y, and Z, and you have to name it in either clockwise or counterclockwise order. All right, that's number 1. Number 2. Number 2 says name 2 segments parallel to UV. So once again, we need to identify UV, which is a horizontal line. So all the other horizontal lines in this diagram, or all the other horizontal line segments, would also be congruent. So we could list segment ST. Somebody else might say, and it says list 2, so we do have to list 2. And segment ZY. Okay, now somebody else may list these other 2, or WX, not other 2, but WX is the last one. All right, let's see here. Number 3. Number 3 says name 2 segments parallel to SW. Now remember, parallel lines have to be going the same direction. They never intersect. So that's why I highlight which direction. Like for example, SW is a vertical line. Sorry. So any other vertical line in this diagram would also be parallel to SW. So we have 3 other ones, and we'll name all 3. It only says name 2, but we'll go ahead and name all 3. So VZ, UY, and TX. Okay, all 3 of those segments are parallel to SW. Now skew, if you remember, means that they never touch, but they travel in 2 different directions. Okay, parallel lines never touch and travel in the same direction, but skew lines never touch and travel in 2 different directions. So let's figure out what XY is. So here's XY. Okay, there's XY. So for example, a line that's never gonna touch it but never intersects is VZ. Somebody else may say line ST. Somebody else could say line SW. Okay. Another person may say VS or SV. And the other line that we could say would be, it's 2 other lines, excuse me. We could say UT, and we could say VU, okay? So remember, the line that we're talking about is XY. So all of those other lines I highlighted are skew, which means they're going in a different direction but will never touch. And I made a mistake. One of the lines I highlighted, UT, is not skewed to XY. UT is parallel to XY, so we can't use UT, okay, because it's traveling in the same direction. However, all these other lines will never intersect, which is, in other words, will never touch XY, okay? So let's list those out. What did we say? We said SW, we said VZ, we said ST, we said VU, and VS. All right, so it's really 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, 5 segments that are skewed to XY. Now, the last one is asking for a skew to VZ. So, for example, let's show a line that's not skewed, because I didn't talk about that. So, for example, WZ is not skewed to VZ because they touch, they intersect. Okay. Also, let's say if I said ZY or VS, those are not good. Those are not skew lines to VZ, because when you trace it, you see that it touches VZ. Okay. Now, there is a line that looks as though it touches VZ, but it doesn't, and it's ST. Okay, so ST is in front of VZ, so ST would work. ST is not going to intersect. Another line that won't intersect would be YX, right? YX. Let's see. Another line that won't intersect VZ is WX. Okay. And I think that's it. Okay. So we'll leave it there. And that will conclude this video. See you all later. Deuces.